Alright, Shalom. Before I get started, I'm going to give all praise and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushua, by Hashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of GMS who rule and teach well. And peace and safety to the Akim that's surrounded the four corners of the world, that's pushing out this truth, giving all diligence, and putting their lives on the line to do so. The brother Karas is out here out of the GMS Atlanta camp. Just here with a lesson, dealing with that word reprobate. And without further ado, I'm going to just get right into it. And it says, this is the definition of the word reprobate. It says, an unprincipled person, often used humorously or affectionately. And it says unprincipled, man. We're supposed to be, basically, the elect, are supposed to be principled men. You see, as you see, some of the similar, words that coincides with reprobate. It says evildoer or a sinner. And that's exactly what a reprobate is, man. Which 2/3 of the nation of Israel, and the heathen nations are reprobates, man. And it also says in Calvinism, which was I believe that was a man-made religion. It says a sinner who is not of the elect and is predestined to damnation. That's right. That's correct, man. Because if you're a sinner or a transgressor or evildoer, you're a reprobate, man. And the elect, they're not sinners, man. They're not evildoers. Even though the scriptures say, our righteousness is as filthy rags, the elect still, doesn't, willfully sin, man. They do what Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua has commanded them, to the best of their ability, man. So I have another definition on it in the Edom Online. It says reprobate. It says rejected as worthless. So what did the Lord say He was going to do with 2/3 of Israel? He was going to cut them off, man. Meaning that 2/3 are worthless, man. They're reprobates, man. And it also says disapprove, reject, or condemn. The Lord is rejecting, so like 2/3 of Israel, man, the wicked and the evildoers, man. This is not what you want to be. If you're in the faith, man. You don't want to be a reprobate. So it also says the noun for reprobate. It says one rejected by the Most High, abandoned, or unprincipled person. So this is a heavy definition, man. This is a heavy word. Salaki, what I meant is this is a heavy word, man, because you don't want to be a reprobate of the Lord, man. So I'm gonna get just a couple of scriptures, in Abaratazad that this lesson is edifying. So this is Salaki. This is 2 Corinthians chapter 13 and verse 5. It says, examine yourselves whether ye be in the faith. So, we want to constantly, examine ourselves, man. Because sometimes, you may find yourself, looking at everyone else, and what they're doing, and not being mindful, and not examining your own self, man. Whether you be in the faith, man, in the truth and the word, So you have to examine yourself, which is thoroughly watching yourself, man. Seeing if in anything there's anything that you can be doing better, so you won't be, a part of that reprobate group, man. So to speak, And it says, reprove your own selves. Know ye not your own selves that Yahweh Shah Hamashiach is in you, except ye be reprobates. It says, but I trust that ye shall know that we are not reprobates. So you have to have that faith, and in the Lord, that you're not a reprobate, man. And if you're doing the correct thing by, being in order, taking heed to the apostles and elders, doing your lessons, reading, building, linking up with Akim, the numerous amount of things that the spirit of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shah tells us to do, then you'll have that confidence, that you're not a reprobate, man, because you're doing the things that an elect member would do, man. So you have to have that confidence in yourself as well, to understand that you're not a part, of the evil doings and the wickedness, that Israel is doing that's in the world, man. That Jake is doing that's in the world. So you have to trust in yourself also that you're not a reprobate, man. And how you do that? By examining yourself, man. You have to actually, look, turn the mirror on yourself, and fully examine yourself, man, like an X-ray, man. Seeing all the bruises and can you fix it or not, man. So, I'm gonna get another different, another scripture dealing, with that word reprobate. So this is Jeremiah chapter 1 and verse 5. It says, before I formed thee in the belly, I knew thee. And before thou camest forth out of the womb, I sanctified thee, and I ordained thee a prophet unto the nations. So the Lord has already chosen, who he wants, to be a part of that elect, that 144,000, man. He ordained us to be ordained them, to be prophets, man. And you see that, here today, man. Starting with the apostles and elders on down, man. We're the true prophets, of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shah. And, just to link it back with the word reprobate, because it said, a sinner who is not of the elect and is predestined to damnation. So basically, Yahweh, has a predestined elect men, and he has a predestined, part of Israel, that's going to be destroyed. It's plain and simple, man. So we get one more scripture, and I'm gonna close out. This is 2nd Esdras chapter 9 verse 22. It says, I'll start at verse 20. It says, so I considered the world, and behold, there was a peril because of the devices that were come into it. And I saw and spared it greatly, and have kept me a grape of the cluster, and a plant of the great people. Now that grape of the cluster, is the predestined elect, that the Lord, ordained to be a prophet, and the rest, are basically the reprobates, man. It's verse 22. It says, "Let the multitude perish then, which was born in vain, and let my grape be kept and my plant, for with it great labor have I made it perfect." So this is just showing you that the Lord has a predestined a group of people that he chose to be his, and the rest were basically born in vain, man. Just just get straight into the point. If you're not part of the elect or the 1/3, that great multitude, you were born in vain, man. You were born for death, just so the Lord can prove his point. You're reprobates. So I didn't want to be too long, but I hope this lesson was edifying. I'm gonna go ahead and close out by giving all praise and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushua, by Hashem Kakodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of GMS who rule and teach well. Till the next time, Shalom.